So like,
Okay. That's what it's going to show on Twitter and Facebook and stuff.
what do you mean?
That's what that is. Like the title of the stream and the description of the stream, that's for Facebook and YouTube and stuff.
Yeah, no, I'm talking about in the outline I sent, the thing that you read during the housekeeping.
Oh. I mean, I didn't read the outline.
Oh, so you didn't?
I just read it just now. It just said, here's the poll question. I'm like, okay, cool. And then it just says housekeeping.
There isn't the paragraph underneath it?
There is.
Oh.
Oh, okay, there is. Yeah. Josh, did you read it? Josh can do that part. Josh can do that part. We're live. We're live, everybody. Thank you for listening and tuning in. We're the Nearly Deads. We're a rock band. Steve's going to make sure we're live on YouTube right now as well. But we're coming at you every Wednesday. I think we're going to make it an hour and a half today. Is that correct going forward?
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't have to be a strict timeline. I feel like normally we were shooting for an hour and then going for like 2 hours. So, I mean, if the conversations are good, there's no real time limit. As far as editing it into a podcast, it would be nice to keep it to an hour and a half or less.
So, just so everybody out there watching knows, we are going to be turning these streams into a podcast. So, if you can't make them live, you can see them, listen to them at your leisure. If you want to hear us ramble on about pointless shit and talk about music sometimes, then this is the podcast for you. I want to shout out Carlos on Twitch. Thanks for hanging out with us today. We're going to give everybody a couple minutes so we have a couple more viewers on, but you know, I think it's going to be a good stream today. Josh,
Yes.
what's new with you?
Yeah. Feels good. Not much. I don't know, I started my new semester this week, so that's cool. Been busy with that. My actual therapist that I was working with today, he's in a band, and so we talked about music pretty much the whole time, and like he showed me his stuff and I showed him our stuff, and so it was cool. So we got a new fan out of it.
Nice.
I don't know if he's watching right now.
Hey, if you're out there, say hello.
Yeah.
He's gonna get he's gonna find out everything about you and your personality. All the dirty inside scoops.
But yeah, other than that, it's just been I don't know. It's been a cool week.
It's always good to make a new fan and connect with somebody over music, like on a personal level, and then you check each other's stuff out.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Josh, I mean, you just said, well, it's almost contradicting because you're like, nothing much, but it's been a cool week. And then cool week makes it sound like stuff is going on.
Well, see, it doesn't take a lot for me to have a cool week.
A cool week could be like we ordered Domino's.
No, for real, because you can focus, like the weather's been terrible. It's been the worst weather, you know. Not much has happened, but it's the little things, like
you got the prize in your box of Cheerios.
This is the highlight of my week as well, Josh. Seeing you guys.
Yeah. I do enjoy these live streams. I honestly and genuinely look forward to them each week. Because, you know, well, I know a lot of people through last year with the pandemic and everything, having the opportunity to use Zoom and interact with people was a big deal. But for us, it's sort of an ongoing thing because we're so spread out. So to be able to have technology that we can link up and see each other and chat, it's nice.
Yeah.
Oh, we got a compliment on my glasses. Thank you very much, Jeff.
Facebook.
Yeah, on Facebook. Shout out. And there's a fly in my room. 82 is here. Mr. Doolin, if I do recall. I love that we have regulars. Happy Wednesday, everybody.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes, regulars are good. I know that I made YouTube live, but I'm not sure if we got stuff going on there
It'll
yet.
take a couple minutes for people to kind of be on, but for me, this week, let's see. We we just bought a new air conditioner, so that's fun. It's been like super hot here, but I kind of like it because it reminds me of back when I used to live in Tennessee and Florida as well. So I'm kind of like, oh, it's like 80 degrees, like it's nice, but we don't have central air, so you have to get like window units, which absolutely sucks. And we've lived in this apartment for 5 years, and only have had one air conditioner unit the entire time, and just in the bedroom. So like basically the rest of the house is just like a steam room all summer long, you know. And so it's nice. This year we upgraded and bought a second air conditioner. Like we, you know, use some of that leftover wedding money for an AC unit. That's what you do when you get old, people. That's what you get excited about. Like, hey, I got a new appliance.
Remember when we were all living in Nashville and
that place didn't have air
really
conditioning
old house, and during the winters when it was super cold,
there was no heat.
The built-in heaters in the house were so old, they're like, don't turn them on, it's a fire hazard. So you had to use space heaters, but if you plugged in more than one space heater in the same room on the same like circuit, it would blow a fuse. And the fuses were those old like little screw-in light bulb fuses that were down in this scary murder basement that we filmed the Never Look Back video in.
I love that place, especially because of the Never Look Back video, but I think we only lasted like 1 year because the winter was so brutal. And you know, forget a fire hazard for the heater, the old ass heaters in the wall. We used to leave our space heaters plugged in 24/7. You're not like supposed to do that.
Yeah.
And then at one point, our friend Adam brought over that propane unit or whatever the fuck it was, kerosene heater, right?
And we're like,
oh, I think we thought we were gonna burn the house down, the fumes and everything. Like, that was awful. Like, so out here in the New England area, because I don't know, Nashville's in the South. The houses were built a lot differently down there. So the historic houses, I think, have different like setups. But up here, most everybody has heat. Obviously, it snows like every year. So we have like baseboard heaters or whatever. You know, most people have like radiators. Like heat has to work in a house. I didn't know how our landlord was getting away renting out that house in Nashville without having the having the heat work.
Yeah.
That was ridiculous. And then they wouldn't do anything about it. So we were like, well, F off then. We're moving. Like, we would literally freeze to death every winter and then be like, are you going to do something about this? And at least, like, reinforce the windows. Like, I remember being able to touch the wall, and the wall itself was freezing cold.
It was like an ice cube.
From the outside.
For sure.
Yeah. I will never forget that, man. That was an adventure, man.
But
we did film Never Look Back down there.
Expensive, and now...
now it's like cheap.
Now it would be dirt cheap to get that place so close to Nashville.
Yeah.
For that price.
What was it, like $800 a month or something?
Yeah, something like
that.
And I'm like, but I was.
We'd be
I
like
remember the day when like
barreling people.
It was like $600 a month.
No, rent's not cheap, guys.
No. No, and that.
You don't get much for what you pay for either. Like, it's all like rent everywhere is so expensive. And you know, boomers, no offense, but I feel like our parents' generation and boomer, they don't understand that. It's like a rent crisis. Like, not most people who, especially musicians, you can't live by yourself. You can't afford like a $2,000 a month apartment or $1,500 a month apartment. Like, back when they all used to have their own apartments back in the fucking 70s, rent was like $400.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's insane.
And forget about buying a house. We don't. That's a topic for another day, though.
Yeah. I mean, that's
us millennials. We just ruin the housing industry, right? Because we're just not buying houses. We can't.
Yeah.
Who can fucking afford a house?
I have 2 houses.
Whoa,
I'm
Steve.
helping. I'm doing my part.
Oh yeah,
That's
Steve
what I'm
does own
doing.
a house. I forget about that all the time. Steve
Yeah.
does own a house. He was a responsible adult.
Well, in
What?
the
Yeah.
long run, it's cheaper. It makes more
Yes.
sense, but it's so hard to like that down payment kills you kind of.
Yeah, but I mean,
And to get approved.
honestly, now though, I mean, you can get a house for zero down. You're just gonna have a really high interest rate, but I mean,
Yeah.
Or you're gonna
you
have
can
to
get it
live in Murfreesboro,
right. I
not
mean, you
in
can.
Nashville and not in the, you know what I mean?
Well, that's the sacrifices you got to make. It's kind of like,
Yeah.
well, do you want to be downtown where everybody is? Well, you're gonna have to rent, and you're gonna have to pay a lot of money for a little bit of space. Or would you rather, you know, have some space in a house and buy a little cheaper? Then you gotta live a little outside of town, and it's just it's always that like give and take. It, it's nearly impossible to have the best of both worlds, but I
Damn
mean
it.
that's
No, I want everything. Actually,
Yeah.
we luck out with the place that we live in now, but we are renting. I don't think we could ever afford to but we live in a really nice area, like a downtownish area of the city we live in. And so did we when
yeah.
we lived in Nashville. We were very lucky. We found some really, I think we just get lucky, or I just get lucky when I'm looking for apartments. I find like how the cheapest apartment in the best part of town, and somehow it just works out.
I can get real close to
Yeah.
downtown. I'll just rent a place in the building that has meth labs in it or
Oh my
something.
God.
um,
So speaking of Nashville too, Cody on Facebook asked if we remembered when we played Rocketown.
yeah, we played there a few
I
times.
feel like a few times. Did we ever
Yeah,
play the like little basement room, or did we always play the white room? I
we
think,
always played that separate little building
yeah,
off to the
the
side.
little white building.
Yeah, had
Those
the
have always
graffiti
been
on the
fun.
back.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
played there a few times. We played there with the I Set to Kill, right?
Yeah, that
Mm-hmm.
was like wasn't that the last show
Yeah.
of that tour that was there? Yeah.
Wait, was that I Set to Kill or was that Blame Shift? Well, probably both.
We played with both, and didn't we play an Icon show there?
We
Maybe.
did, yeah. That's like when we first met them.
Yeah.
That was a lot of fun. Thanks for the trip down memory lane, Cody.
Yeah.
And William Preston on YouTube, he made a comment based off of for those of you listening, the title of this stream is which holiday mascot would win in a brawl, and we're going to get to that topic. But I wanted to point out real quick that William Preston on YouTube said the Easter Bunny because it would go full Monty Python, and that bunny is the most hilarious part of that damn movie.
So true.
And hello everybody else on there, and Howard. Yeah, it seems like housing and rent is an issue all around the world. Lumber prices are going up, and seems like prices of everything are going up. Gas, food, it's all going up.
Thanks, Obama.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I had to say it.
Right. It's like how many years later? It's still your fault.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's basically I'm trying to have the best of both worlds, like what
Oh, you live in a
TJ.
great city. Murfreesboro is great.
Yeah, but I want to be closer to Nashville, and so, man, my week's been crazy and just so much stuff all the time. So I want to move closer to Nashville and rent, and then I'll rent out my house. And so I'm hoping that renting out my house will help supplement the
How
price
about you
increase of
rent your house to me and Josh and Jordan, obviously, for a really good price.
Okay.
No.
You want to move
200
to
I don't think so, man.
But I'm going to use that to supplement the increased cost of living moving to Nashville. But also, I need to make more money if I want to do this move. So I started my own business, and I had go through all of that, paperwork and insurance and buying a bunch of tools. And so I'm finally
Nice.
pretty much done with that, and I'm gonna start doing that all on my own next week.
Congrats,
Um,
man. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
that's awesome.
Thanks. So yeah, it'll be cool. I like, and again, working for myself will give me more freedom to do nearly dead stuff and music stuff. So yeah, I've also, we've been working on an acoustic record, doing stuff with that. Now we're doing the streams of podcasts. I've been working on editing that kind of stuff. And this past weekend, I also had my friends finally get into the studio to do vocals on a pop track I did, and so that just needs to get mixed and mastered. And then I talked to I had a phone conversation with one of the directors I work with last night, and he works with a hip hop artist here in Nashville that has heard our stuff and really likes our band. And I did some music work for him on one of his last music videos he did. It was kind of like a almost short film slash music video, and so he wants to get into his music or something, and so
Cool.
I'm gonna go see what that's about. But basically, I'm gonna be
Nice.
spreading myself really thin and just never sleeping, and that's why I was asleep on the couch like 10 minutes before we were supposed to go live.
So,
And that's it.
couple of shout outs. Hi, Natty. Um, and my uncle Edwin is watching, and he said, "How's it feel to be married?" Feels pretty awesome. I feel like an adult. And then Stompin' Daka on YouTube. Hello from Canada. Hello. What are y'all talking about? Just joining in. What are we talking about? We are kind of wrapping up talking about our weeks. We kind of do a little bit of a format with our live streams because we turn these all into podcasts. So like when we first go live, we just kind of talk about what we've been doing this week. And
Yeah,
I feel like
Yeah.
just like a little update because we do these every Wednesday. So just like what was the highlight of our week. Um, and yeah. Do you guys want to move on to the Patreon poll?
yeah, yeah. If nobody has anything else to add, yeah, it's just a good way too for the listeners, because we have a lot of patrons and fans in our Discord who watch us every week, and so it's a nice way at the beginning for everybody to just kind of catch up. The day in the life of the Nearly Deads.
Yeah.
A week in the life.
A week in
A
the
week in
life.
the
Yeah.
I still haven't
right on.
I don't know if I told you guys last week that while we were gone on our honeymoon, like a huge shelf fell down in our house. Did I
What?
bring that up?
I know.
It just fell out of nowhere.
I mean, that's what the house sitter said, but she,
Wait,
Maybe
the
it was
same
after all
house
that
sitter?
she
champagne
also
she
said
Yeah,
that she did
that
not
same
drink our
house
bottle
sitter.
of champagne. You guys get this. Her story was that she dropped it and it spilled all over our kitchen. And I was like, Mama.
Oof.
And then she's just like, I swear. And her parents are in behind her. They came over yesterday or whatever, and they were like hysterically laughing. And Jordan's like, you can tell us it's okay. And she paid for a new bottle and everything. She's very like responsible about it and whatnot. So, but yeah. And she was like, and did you guys see the shelf? Like it just fell. And we were just like, yeah, of course. That
She
was like the
clearly had
first.
a party.
There's no way.
Those are the signs.
Right. Those are the signs. Like the booze is gone and like shit's broken. And she's like, I
Yeah.
swear I didn't have friends over. I swear. So like,
Check all the vodka bottles to see if make sure it's not
Oh,
water that she
I
replaced
mean,
it with.
we hid most of the booze. Anyway, I don't know if I can show you guys. Where's my little camera? So this is my keyboard. I should be doing more music, but like here's all the stuff that fell off the shelf, and here's like wedding crap, and like I unpacked and like threw stuff on. Anyway, So that's my keyboard. It's still covered in stuff, and my bench is covered. And it's like, I don't know. I definitely was I had a beautiful honeymoon. I did a lot of traveling. I'm very inspired. Lots of time to kind of think. We haven't done a full length album in like how many years? Wasn't it 2014 when we released Invisible Tonight? So I'm like, I'm ready and raring to go here, but I feel bad. Steve's like, I'm working on like 18 musical projects. Josh is in school and I'm here just being like, I don't even have my life together right now. Hello to Joan on YouTube. Just want to give you guys shout outs as you're tuning in. Thank you guys so much for joining us and hanging out with us on Wednesday.
And we have no filter on here. We basically air out everything live because, that's just who we are. But yeah, because that's another thing. Like, I've been so eager for a new record that, we're working on this acoustic album and I'm having a lot of fun with it. And we're going to release that to kind of help fund the new full length. But I'm almost like kind of like want to get a vote with the patrons. I keep hinting at the bands. It's like, can we make it an acoustic EP?
No, listen,
so
what is like...
we can get to the album.
Yeah, because I think we wanted to do like 11 at the beginning, and now we're just like,
that's ambitious.
I thought we had it at 10. I was just like, can we bump this down to like 6 tracks so we can get to the full length?
No, we need more full length album. What do you guys think? You guys tell us.
No, yeah, we need
take
more,
it to the
like,
patrons. They're gonna be like, more. Somebody on YouTube the other day told us they wanted covers, and I was like, well, we just put out an original song. Do you like that one?
Right. Well, that person did not seem to be. That person was giving us a lot of advice.
Which is,
marketing advice.
Yeah, we don't need to respond to like, comments like that. Like I respond, but we love hearing from you guys, the good, bad, the ugly, we can take it, whatever it may be. But I was just like confused. I was just like, who sees like, this is Believer is a brand new original song. I was like, I thought that's what y'all wanted. Like, what? Now you want more covers?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
If y'all want covers, if
we
can do them.
Be a
but
part of this poll, check out our Patreon.
Yeah.
I'll do a poll because our patrons, I don't want to say their opinion matters more, but their opinion matters more.
Yeah.
Just to put it out there. So, and speaking of patrons, over in Twitch, I see Doug just popped in.
See, Stompin' just said full length albums. That's one vote for full length. Because it's just sad if you look at our Spotify page.
But you got to be specific. You have to ask them, do you want a full-length acoustic? Or do you want a full-length, like, fully produced, like, rock album? I'm telling you, what they want is the rock album.
Well, no, I mean, yeah, but this was supposed to be like an in-between thing that's turning out to take forever.
Howard just wants more anything.
Josh agrees with me, right? Yeah.
Yeah, that most definitely.
Oh, 20. Okay, this is great. The comments are rolling in. Okay. JTK Rocks and Roller. JTKS Rocks. Scrocks. Rock and Roller. Anyway, 25 songs. So really what they're saying is they want a double album, an artsy, like, magnum opus from the Nearly Dead.
And the last song is 10 minutes.
And the last song is 10 minutes, yes. And it's just drums.
Yeah, just drums.
Oh, shit.
Okay, Josh,
Yeah.
Let's see here. Josh as the most important member of the band.
Oh, dude.
We need what do you
We got
think?
A really good
Shorter
comment,
acoustic, though. Get to the heavy full-length album faster, or do both completely full length, and that will probably push the full length rock album to next year.
Oh, the rock album's already pushed to next year. Like, there's no way it's getting finished. It's June.
You're asking me though?
Yeah. Like, what do you think? Do full length acoustic or do full length EP to get to the other faster?
I would say EP acoustic to get the full length faster.
Now, let me throw this at you guys because Stompin' on YouTube just had an amazing idea. Mix the album with both acoustic and rock.
So just
Did that just
release
blow
these
your
singles,
mind?
then start on the new one and almost double disc, or it could pop back and
Yeah.
forth.
Isn't there a Foo Fighters record where he did that? Because somebody
Yeah.
literally was like, "Hey, dude, just do both on the same record," and
Yeah,
was
wasn't
like,
that In Your Honor?
I
Yeah,
thought
the
it was
whole
Echo,
second.
Echo, Silence, Patient, and Grace. Is that not the name of one of their albums?
That is, but I think I can't remember, but yeah, the whole second album is just like acoustic.
Slow or slower.
Yeah.
So, well, we can ask the patrons. We can do a Patreon poll. I say we do that, like EP, like full length acoustic or what? Because we have fleshed out. We spent a lot of time just fleshing out the acoustic versions of the song. So I think it's worthwhile, especially with Evil Ways and some of our more popular songs, to go ahead and still do that. And we're working with Mo, and he's great, the producer that's doing the acoustic album. But I think we're just It's like when we were all at my wedding and everyone was just like antsy in their seats and they're like, yeah, cut the cake, whatever. We just want to dance. Like that's what we're going through.
Well, and to be honest, we didn't fully
because of
flesh
COVID.
out-
We
didn't fully flesh out all 10 songs for the acoustic album. So, there's only a handful of them that we really kind of like sat down. The others we were just kind of like, the songs are already written, we'll just make them acoustic.
Ooh, Doug says, when can we expect the Nearly Christmas album? That can segue us into the next topic.
When we're fully dead.
I love Christmas
You know how long
music.
it took for Steve to agree to an acoustic album?
Like 5 years. And now now he's talking about not even doing one.
No, I'm not talking about not doing it. I'm just saying make it shorter so we can get the...
Listen, if you look us up on Spotify, it's like full-length albums, 1. EPs, like 5. And then singles like 20 or whatever. I don't know. Not that many.
Right.
But
I want to add to the full lengths, but I want it to be... Because here's the other thing. Like, I think our diehards appreciate everything we do. But if you look at our statistics, all our ballads, all our slower, softer stuff just does not get the love and traffic. People want the heavy...
Okay, but the acoustic album was supposed to be like something for the fans, not just something to get us back out there, and something we wanted to do because we wanted to do it, not necessarily like we're doing this so we get a bunch more whatevers. I thought we were going to release the acoustic album, and physical copies were only going to be for people who did a Kickstarter, or you would get like a special edition or special artwork for the acoustic album if you joined the Kickstarter, which is going to help us raise money for the full-blown, full-length album. So like there was a reason. You guys remember?
Yes.
No, definitely. I think
like
it's just
we're gonna
release
the.
I just wanna rock.
This year is just fucking. This year is just dragging. This year is just going by too quickly. Honestly, I mean the whole acoustic thing is dragging out. I'm not blaming Javier.
But he's not here, so it would only be.
Dude, I mean, you guys know.
In the chat, show of hands in the chat. Who blames Javier for it being June already?
No, honestly, for it being June. No, honestly, it's just everything, man. Like we're busy human beings, and when you're doing things remotely and not record, like you don't just like do 2 weeks in the studio doing a record. This is ridiculous. Like it's just taking like a month to finish like one song, and I'm just like it shouldn't take that long. So. But, we're doing the best we can, and you guys are very patient. Our fans are very patient with us. We love you guys, and hopefully you appreciate the thought and care and love that we're putting into these acoustic songs. Tell us what you thought of Believer, I really love it. I think it's a great song. Yeah. Steve wrote that song. I think it turned out amazing. I hope you guys like the lyric video that I made.
It's very flashy.
Yeah, I love it.
Literally.
Yay!
It's cool.
Thanks, Josh.
Yeah.
Alex also said, I love Believer, but I believe in you guys making a full-length album. And he wants a full-length rock album. We're doing that no matter what. We're just deciding when.
Yeah.
Right. Speaking of nearly dead stuff, and flashbacks you're talking about Rocket Town. So guess who I'm gonna go see on Friday?
Oh,
It's not a band.
It's not a band.
Person.
Oh,
It's a person. Yeah.
Adam.
No.
Casey.
No.
Someone from a band.
Someone who's worked with us.
JK.
No, I see him occasionally. we get beers. Our old producer JK.
Rob.
Maybe one day we need to bring him back and he'd be a reoccurring producer.
Does he still do music?
Not right now. He's just been so busy with his house and
his new
becoming
kids.
an electrician.
Wow, good for him.
He's just so smart. He can do anything he wants. But yeah, no, I'm meeting with Rob. Yeah. Rob's gonna be in town this weekend.
You are. I guess Rob. I just guessed Rob.
Yeah.
Well,
he's coming to see a show and meet a guy he knows that does PR, and so he just hit me up, and so I'm gonna go hang out and watch.
Who is he going to
Rob
see? Is it Renee Phoenix? Because she's gonna be in Nashville.
But you could be right. Let me see.
Renee Phoenix is from. Oh God, they had that song "Steady Damage," and she was on like the Revolver tour and stuff. She's a front woman for a band, but I think she does like solo stuff now.
Let's see.
The fans will know. The people will comment. They'll be like, "How do you not know her band name?"
No, he's gonna be a show at City Winery. It's Afton Wolf.
Cool.
With Anana K and I don't know. I haven't heard of any of these people.
Alana K?
Maybe he misspelled it. Anana Kaye.
Oh.
Anana.
Who knows?
The last one. Oh, the band is like Anana K and Irakli. Irakli. Maybe they're like a foreign band or something.
Well, that'll be a cool show.
That's a mouthful.
Isn't it cool that shows are happening again?
Yes.
It's crazy.
You know, maybe that's why we're also antsy to make a rock, to finish like a rock album, because we know now that we can actually play shows when it's finished. I think maybe we thought lockdown was going to last longer. And so like, we were like, let's do an acoustic album to like fill the time because it'll be easier. And now that everything's open back up again, and it's just like, okay.
In my mind, everything was open the whole time. I was just refusing to accept that we were in lockdown. It was like basically quarantine. I kind of felt the same way about quarantine as I do with Bill Cosby. I just Bill Cosby, I just ignore.
Slippery
and
slope.
My mind just focuses on Hugh Huxtable.
Danger.
It's like I refuse to accept the truth because it's like I just want to remember him as my second dad.
We just lost like half the viewership now.
Hey, I'm not saying that he didn't do it or I agree with what he did or whatever. I'm just saying I just am refusing to acknowledge it. I'm just focused on Hugh Huxtable.
So Alex is saying that Norway is still pretty much restricted. I think, we're in the lens of America. I mean, we're probably headed back to that. We don't know. No one knows. Well, we're just trying. It's like weird. We're all just going to while out while we can. And like, if shit gets worse, then it gets worse and we'll figure it out. But I mean, it's been
people's mental state you can't handle it.
No, I don't think anyone can.
It's going to be worse the longer you shut people's lives down. I mean, suicide rates go up, mental health goes down. Like, people need to interact with each other. Like our species is very like communal. Like,
so I went to the grocery store today for the first time in, a year without a mask. And I was like, wow, I can't believe it's been a whole year before, I can't believe it. Because like my state lifted their mask mandate and now it's kind of optional as long as you're vaccinated, which I am, which I encourage everyone to do. And yeah, I was like walking around without a mask. Like I felt like a normal trip to the grocery store. And the biggest thing was they got rid of the one-way aisles, man. I hated that shit. Nobody really paid attention to the one-way aisles anyway. It was really annoying. It was super annoying, the one-way aisle thing. And I was just like, wow, I actually just had a regular trip to the grocery store. It took way less time. And like, you can smile at people and, you know, like say, oh, hey, excuse me, how's your day going? And Howard is like no mask. Howard on YouTube. So I live in Rhode Island. We're already at like maybe 90% vaccinated, that or around there. I mean, I could Google it to look for sure, but as far as I know on the news, that's what I've been hearing. So because we're in such a small state, you know, not that hard to get that many people to do it. And up in this part of the country, people are much more willing to get the vaccine than they are other places. But the flip side of that is that some of these other states that like that aren't having a lot of vaccines are also just everything's still also open. So,
right.
You know, time will tell.
That's such a hard thing to
But cases and death has like gone down, and as long as they continue to go down, like they'll continue to, you know, the CDC basically said if you're vaccinated, you don't need to wear a mask inside. So as soon as that happened, pretty much every state was just like, mask ban lifted. They were like, cool, we're done. As long as you're vaccinated.
You just switch the sign is all they do. They switch the sign from mask required to no mask required if you got vaccine. But there's no way to tell if somebody's got the vaccine. They could just say, I got it. So.
I think they will pretty much, I mean, if it was me, if I was, obviously you can't ask people for their vaccine card walking into like the everyday business. But when we went to the museum, like in the Zach Baggins Museum, I think I told you guys last week, they had us show our vaccine cards and they gave us a wristband. And if you had a wristband, then you didn't have to wear a mask. So if there's somebody regulating and checking your vaccine card, which also you just your ID and your vaccine card to prove that it's you and that's your name on the vaccine card. You know, people can probably start forging them or whatever, but that's pretty stupid and silly.
They just need to make a wallet size. It's such a stupid size.
I bought these awesome thingies. I bought these awesome thingies on Amazon that are like waterproof pouches, and they're the exact size.
OMG, nerd! That is such a nerd thing to do, TJ. Your little laminate.
Oh yeah, it's my multi-pass. It's my backstage pass, man, to the world. I'm going to go out on a limb and say my opinion is that in the future for international travel, you will have to have that vaccine card to get into a big concert or a big arena or a big event. You will have to have that vaccine card. And if you don't, you either won't be able to come or they'll have like a special wristband for you that you need to be wearing one and people will be looking for it. Or vice versa. Like if you have a wristband, like almost like with drinking, you know, you can have your wristband. That means you're good to go. If they see you with the X's on your hand, that means, you know, they're going to be looking out for you. So, I mean, that's honestly how I would do it. I mean, I think it's going to encourage people to go get vaccinated. I hope. Like, hey, if you can't really go to this event if you're not vaccinated. Now, I understand that there's a lot of people who cannot get vaccinated for medical reasons, and that's fine. And they should be able to attend events wearing a mask if COVID is still going to be a thing for long, you know, until they know if it's safe for like certain people. But anyway, I'm not a doctor. I don't want to get into I'm not a doctor and I don't want to get into a vaccine debate right now. So, but I got mine. Jordan got his.
They can scan your microchip.
Yeah, I got mine.
Good for you, Joshy.
Yeah. With all
Steve, you got one too, right?
And stuff.
Yeah, we had to go to your wedding, and then they didn't even ask, and there was no mask. So
I brought my card with me, and
don't throw us under the bus, man.
I put this foreign drug into my body. It could have been
I told you that every guest needed to have a negative test. You chose to get the vaccine.
Now, but you can blame me. Some weird Resident Evil monster.
Dude, if you turn, we all turn, man. Yeah. I mean,
I'd rather turn with everybody else.
Millions of people are vaccinated. If the fucking world's gonna end and we're all gonna turn into zombies, then this is how it happens. But I really
we're not gonna turn into zombies, but I'm probably sterile now.
Oh no, Steve.
Oh Jesus Christ.
I'll never have the kids I wanted.
Jesus Christ. This is literally the plot to the freaking Da Vinci Code trilogy. Like, sorry.
Well, I remember at the beginning how I talked about keeping this like a nice streamline because I have to edit this shit now.
Okay,
um,
sorry.
no, it's okay. I want to point out that just Alex being from Norway, he could pull off being an American. He really the America, the exclamation point. He fits right in with that. And then I also want to shout out to Doolin and Doug for just being regulars on the stream.
Yeah.
And can we make them into like one entity? Is it Doolin and Doug?
Well, Doolin, Doug,
how do we combine
Nat
them?
is also on a lot, and Alex is also on a lot.
Natty Attack over on
on YouTube. Yeah.
YouTube is a regular. Howard's on there quite a bit too.
Yeah.
But so we need to take all their names and somehow.
I think it's
Fran.
I think Franz.
Franz.
Just continue to call them
Franz Club.
All right. So should we hit the first topic?
Alrighty, let's do it. First topic is our patron poll. Do you want to lead us in, Steve?
Sure. And we'll start with Josh. I don't know why this came up or what, but we do polls on Patreon monthly, and normally it's like what should we do for this month's giveaway, but we had already picked that, or it'll be something like, which topics should we do on the live stream or whatever. But I saw something with holiday mascots, and so I was just like, if there was like a battle royale, kind of like or like a Super Smash Brothers, like this like fighting competition where it's Injustice or something, and you get all these characters together to fight it out. I was like, what if we use
like the Octagon?
The Octagon, and it's holiday
like Mad Max style, like the Thunderdome.
The Holiday Thunderdome.
Yeah,
Holiday Thunderdome.
So, sounds like an episode of Celebrity Deathmatch.
Holiday Thunderdome. And I only put 3 on the Patreon poll, but we could add more because let's see. So for Christmas, I had Santa. Of course, Santa's in there. For Easter, we got the Easter Bunny showing up in the rink. Halloween, I was trying to think of if there was a mascot for Halloween, but there's witches, vampires, they're all pretty generic. So I said Jack Skellington because he's the Pumpkin King. He's like the king of Halloween Town, right? So
I mean, is Cupid on the list? Because Cupid has arrows.
Yeah, so let's add Cupid for Valentine's Day and the Leprechaun
or a Leprechaun.
Magic. Leprechaun,
for St. Patty's Day.
Are leprechauns magic?
Yeah. They are magic? Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. They could throw that pot of gold on.
Are leprechauns, is it offensive to Irish people? I don't know. Are they caricatures? I don't know. I don't know. It's 2021. I don't know.
Well, they're fictional.
Yeah, I mean, there's movies. I mean,
I've never seen the Leprechaun horror movies, by the way.
A leprechaun. But
right, exactly. Okay, so in the context is everything when it comes to Leprechaun. Oh, Doolin says Michael Myers is the mascot of Halloween. That's true. I just feel like a pumpkin.
I guess the movie's called Halloween.
Yeah.
So.
I feel like the pumpkin is pretty much Halloween. I don't know.
But
gourds in
you
general.
think of like a jack-o'-lantern.
Yeah.
A jack-o'-lantern. So like Jack Skeleton.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think Jack Skellington is a good mascot for Halloween.
Or it could be Oogie Boogie.
Could be.
Throw him in there.
But definitely Cupid. What 4th of July? Uncle Sam.
Yeah.
He's probably a badass. He'd probably throw everybody into the war and tell them to sell bonds or whatever. I don't know. Uncle Sam fucking sucks. Anyway, we all pay taxes and da da da. So yeah, Uncle Sam would probably,
He'll just make everybody forfeit.
Like a tall, lanky.
Just make everybody forfeit. Shoot them all with a musket.
And Thanksgiving isn't worldwide, but we could.
He'll take over all the other holidays.
A turkey.
Yeah. A turkey. Turkeys are just cute. They could never win in a fight. I've never seen like a mean turkey. I think turkeys are cute.
Have you seen? Did you ever watch the Quentin Tarantino and Robert Rodriguez grindhouse films that
Yeah.
Death Proof, and they had the fake commercials in between. That's where the Machete movie came from. But there was
Oh yeah.
also a commercial called Thanksgiving Day, and it was when the turkey, the giant turkey, went crazy and murders everyone.
Oh wow.
So that turkey could represent Thanksgiving.
Oof.
Or Thanksgiving, the mascot could be just like your relatives you hate. There's like an aunt or an uncle that shows up and just like critiques everything you do until you want to kill yourself.
Oh wow. Okay, going to the comments. Natty says Santa for Christmas I get, but would Jesus be included too? I mean, clearly, right?
I mean,
we gotta include
Jesus.
Jesus.
Didn't South Park do the episode where it was like Santa versus Jesus? Didn't they box it out or something?
Yeah, there was that. Yeah.
If Jesus is in the ring, it is Jesus from South Park.
Yeah.
And I totally forgot that they had Jesus as like a main character for like a whole season, right?
Right.
I'm gonna have to go look at those
like
episodes.
Like a reoccurring character.
Yeah, Jesus and Friends, Jesus and Pals. They had a show. He had a show within a show.
Yeah.
Well, that show was brilliant. And Satan was a
main
character who was dating Saddam.
Is
he
Satan?
Was in love with Saddam.
Right.
That's from the movie.
Oh my god. And Doolin also says, I used to get attacked by a turkey when I was a kid all the time. They are grade A #1 assholes.
Oh yeah.
I mean, birds fight. Yeah.
I worked on a house about a month ago that there was a turkey farm next door, and they're all like chained. They're not like in a pen, like they're out. It's a big field, and there's like a million little turkey huts, but they all have like almost like a leash that's tied to their ankles, because if they're not leashed, they will go and murder each other because they're very territorial, the male turkeys, and like so they have to chain them up to keep them from just cockfighting all over the place. And Doug Trollhunter is a fantastic movie.
Are we forgetting any holidays?
Yeah, I was trying to think. I mean, Labor Day. Is there a mascot? Yeah, I don't know. I think those are the
Father's Day, Mother's Day.
What about Cinco de Mayo?
I don't. Cinco de Mayo doesn't have like a mascot.
Yeah.
A margarita doesn't count.
If you do Halloween, what is the De la Muerto?
Oh, New Year's Day. The New Year's Day baby. We throw the New Year's Day baby in the ring.
But has to
poor
be a
baby.
baby
New Year's Day, giant, giant baby.
Yeah.
And then Groundhog Day. Puxatawny Phil and now next into the octagon. Puxatawny Phil.
Yes, Groundhog Day.
1 foot tall.
No, Groundhog Day. The mascot would be Bill Murray.
Yeah.
Or Bill Murray.
No.
Do we think Bill Murray would just win? My money's just still on Uncle Sam. I don't, just for the pure, like, the pure way that America likes to just take things. I just feel like he would be like, I win.
Yeah.
World police.
It's manifest destiny.
Okay,
He'd just steal Cupid's bow and start shooting everything.
Or I don't know. I feel like he's not necessarily the 4th of July like mascot, because like 4th of July is really important, especially in the town that I'm in. And like, I mean, it could be like a cute. It's like usually like a cartoon firework. It's like Happy 4th of July, or the Declaration of Independence.
Natty put 20 quid on Jesus. Dude, I wish our money was cooler sounding. Like quid is just
20
cool.
bucks.
We
say 20 bucks.
Good.
Yeah. Like bucks is whatever.
Bucks.
Yeah.
People call them clams.
Smackers.
Yeah.
Clam sounds better.
Clams.
Smackers. Smackaroos.
Chowda. The chowda.
Cheddar.
Cheddar.
We threw out a bunch of really good ones there. So now I guess it's the vote. And TJ clearly voted Uncle Sam. Everybody in the comments, vote for yours. Natty's got 20 on Jesus. Josh who are you putting your money on here?
Let me see.
Oh, as Josh is thinking, let
I
me say Gonzalez Media Productions says Javi is the Cinco de Mayo mascot.
That's funny. By the way, that's Daniel. That's who shot our video.
Oh, awesome.
Oh, nice.
Hi, Daniel.
I would have to say, I think it would come down, well, when we're talking actual holiday mascots, I think it would come down to Cupid and the Easter Bunny, and the Easter Bunny would prevail because he has big feet that he can kick the shit out of people with. He can hop and evade a lot of attacks. He got Easter eggs, just
Oh, like
start
grenades.
throwing them at people. Yeah, I would.
Or just eggs. Or just eggs.
Just eggs, yeah. You'd think he's probably pretty big. Isn't the Easter Bunny kind of depicted as like a giant bunny?
Right,
Sorta?
right.
Yeah. I'm just gonna say the Easter Bunny.
Mecha Bunny.
And
Mecha Bunny.
So many holidays have multiple. Like, is Jack Frost included in here? Is that a mascot?
Is that like a winter? That's like a winter time Jack Frost.
Yeah, he could just freeze everybody.
And kick him out. When I say Jack Frost, I'm thinking the snowman in that movie. Well, who voiced Jack Frost in that movie?
Oh,
it was like
Batman, Michael Keaton.
Michael Keaton, yeah.
Yeah.
It was like kind of inappropriate for kids. And
it was a sad movie.
Mm-hmm. That was a very sad movie.
I think I'm not going to be very creative. I think I'm just going to go. I'm going to put my money on Santa. I don't think he messed with Santa, like, because to be honest, like, his power, so he can shapeshift because he can go down chimneys. He's a big guy. He can shrink himself down. He also can like control time because he slows down time to deliver all the presents in one night worldwide. So I bet he could use that to his advantage. And when he is full size, he could probably throw that gut around, and he's probably got a pretty powerful right hook. If I were just gonna imagine, he seems like a big dude. And then
Alex is commenting he yeets a lump of coal at you.
Oh, he does got the coal.
He does have the coal. He has the coal.
And are there any Futurama fans here? Because in Futurama, they're all scared on Christmas because Robot Santa is terrible and blows everything up. So on Christmas, everybody locks their doors and like covers their chimneys, and like nobody wants Santa coming to town in Futurama. So that's like the Santa I'm imagining that's gonna be. He's got like a bazooka in his sleigh, basically.
Nice. So what did the patrons say?
Let me pull that up here real quick.
What was the official result?
Official results. We got a few comments.
Nobody thinks Puxatawny Phil would win. I'm just kind of noticing all of these mascots, for the most part, I mean, a bunny, a groundhog, they're pretty gender neutral, but like I feel like we lean towards them being male, right? Like Santa, Cupid, like it's a baby boy, right?
I mean, I'm pretty sure everything
it's an angel.
Was,
the New Year's baby, I always picture it as like a baby boy, and I'm just like, why? The Easter bunny we always assume is like a male bunny. Like, why? You know?
So on Patreon...
Why is it Uncle Sam? What about Betsy Ross?
Matthew said Santa Claus.
Good old Betsy Ross out there kicking ass.
All right, so here's the official Patreon results. So Santa... on the comments, Matthew says Santa Claus is a bitch. He's got no chance.
You heard it here, folks. Santa Claus is a bitch.
Oh shit!
Yaroslav said he threw out a vote for Jesus instead of Santa, but baby Jesus. So we're bringing out sweet swaddling in a manger. George says whenever he thinks Easter Bunny, he imagines Donnie Darko. So the Donnie Darko rabbit's going out there.
Good movie.
Jeff says Jack Skellington all the way. He can kick ass all day long. At the very least, he can poke his bony fingers in some precarious places, then sing about it in an up-tempo number.
That's true.
But
Very
as
true.
far as the poll results, Jack Skellington won in a landslide, and then Santa narrowly beat the Easter Bunny by 1 vote. So, Josh, you're on the losing team there. That's all I'm saying.
The underdog, man. He'll come out on top.
That's what she said.
Hey.
We really didn't even discuss Jack Skellington that much. Though.
No, dude. I don't
He
think
was
anyone
like the
thinks he would
favorite.
win. No.
I don't think he would win. I mean,
He doesn't
you
really
just
have
He
take
doesn't
him,
really
just bring
fight
him
anybody in the movie. Like, he doesn't seem like a fighting kind of guy. He's kind of lanky. I feel like he could just knock him over. He'd turn into a
Probably
have
pretty
pile of
brittle.
bones.
Yeah, and he doesn't have
'cause
any like.
Oogie Boogie almost killed him, right? He narrowly escaped that.
I love that we are all just like, Now I have to think about that scene. He almost killed Sally. But all it took to unravel him was just like pulling his thread out. Like, that's not very scary. But he was made of bugs.
Well, that was his kryptonite.
Kind of gross.
They found his snag in his bag of bugs and ghouls. That was the only movie I saw over quarantine. I went to AMC and they were showing Nightmare Before Christmas during Christmas.
Nice.
Couldn't he
Derper's in the
technically
house,
be a
y'all.
Christmas mascot?
That's also that's another big debate in chat. Chime in here. Is Nightmare Before Christmas a Halloween or a Christmas movie?
I mean, it's a Christmas movie.
That's what I say because the movie starts after Halloween is already done.
Yeah.
And so it's Christmas time, even though it takes place in Halloween Town.
It also takes place in Christmas Town too. I always watch it during Christmas. I don't watch it on Halloween. On Halloween, I watch Hocus Pocus.
I
don't
think
get
if
let's
you're
get
the
it
type
straight.
of person,
Yeah, now that's a Halloween movie.
Now that's who we should have had. The Sanderson sisters should have been in the ring. They would kick everyone's ass at the end.
Yeah, that's pretty much they would win.
Yeah. And
if you're the person that says Die Hard is a Christmas movie, then you have to say that Nightmare is a Christmas movie, because then if you say Die Hard's a Christmas movie, then your reasoning is most likely that it takes place during Christmas. So therefore, Nightmare Before Christmas cannot be a Halloween movie because it also takes place during Christmas.
It's just more fun to watch it during Christmas because, your house is decorated and you have your Christmas tree and then they're at the Christmas party at the Nagasaki Tower or whatever it's called. I mean, I love Die Hard. That's one of my favorite movies. Did y'all notice that every Die Hard sequel is also on a holiday?
Yes. Because it wasn't
they
Die
ran
Hard
with that
Vengeance
shit
on 4th of July or something.
They just ran with that theme.
Yeah.
They're it's always going to happen on a holiday. And the newest one, which was not that new anymore, but it was, Nakatomi Tower. Sorry. Thanks, Doolin. Thank you for correcting me. Anyway, the newest one was like a Valentine's Day one, it was all right. You can't beat the original. And I want to just circle back to a couple older comments by Natty. He's bringing up the fact that we have, or they're bringing back up the fact that we have President's Day, and why are we not including Lincoln? Abraham Lincoln, Vampire Slayer, right? Wasn't that a book and a movie? So, yeah, I feel like Abraham, when I think of Uncle Sam, I always picture him as like an Abraham Lincoln type.
Yeah, he's
badass.
Basically Abraham Lincoln with a longer white beard. And then
he's the Republican. No, well, Lincoln was a Republican too, but he's like the non-cool version.
I thought Uncle Sam was just cartoony.
He's just a tax guy.
He's just a tax guy.
He's like
Lincoln is like the freer of the slaves. Like Lincoln is an amazing. Yeah, we like Lincoln. All right, go Lincoln. Lincoln would win.
Go Lincoln.
I'm more of a Herbert Hoover Herbie Hancock.
Yeah. So thanks for bringing up President's Day. Love it.
Yeah.
Absolutely love it. And we got to talk about Die Hard a little bit, so that was fun too. Thanks, guys.
You gotta get Washington in there if it's President's Day, and he bites everybody with his wood.
Dude, Washington would be like, I don't know.
He'd have an axe. I mean,
well,
he's chopping down cherry trees.
Yeah.
That's true.
Speaking of Die Hard and Nakatomi Tower, a lot of games these days, a lot of these like online games are incorporating characters from like pop culture into their game. Like Fortnite does it all the time. They like introduce like Marvel and stuff like that. And I forget which game it was. Like Mortal Kombat or something else was throwing in all these like 80s action heroes, but I believe it was like Rainbow Six Siege or Call of Duty. Somebody correct me. Maybe it's that Warzone. Yeah, it's Call of Duty Warzone was adding all these like 80s action heroes, and they most recently did Die Hard, and they added Nakatomi Tower to the map, so you could like go into it and fight in the tower and go through all the places. And
cool.
That's awesome. That makes me want to play it real bad.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. Doolin just confirmed it is Warzone. Yeah.
Yeah, because I saw they did like Rambo. I saw them do that and stuff.
Yeah, Rambo was in it.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
All right, so next on the agenda, next on the syllabus here.
Yes.
Are we ready to move on? So the next bullet point that I have that we are supposed to talk about today is our favorite competition shows. And and why is it the Great British Baking Show?
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
I was this is where the patrons let me down. You know, I asked for topics for today, and we got nothing except for one. I'm not going to name names, but he said, I already closed it out. But anyways, his question was technically a question, but not like a question that you could have a conversation about. So I had to poo-poo him. So I had to come up with some topics, and I was just like trying to think of things. And I have just been obsessed with like competition shows recently. Like I've always enjoyed them, especially cooking shows. I love the Great British Bake Off and cooking shows, but just in general. And I've always liked the British ones because of how nice and friendly everybody is. And then like a few months ago, Ink Masters was on Netflix, so I started watching that because I was like, I like tattoos or whatever. And I was like, wow, this is such a different like vibe. Everybody's so petty and angry and blah blah. And then the Lego Masters one, they just started a new season, so I started that up, and I saw Hulu's got Master Chef on there, you know, so I've been binging all these competition shows. So I don't know, I don't know why I'm obsessed with them right now, and I figured let's just make this a topic. Or do we, either of you like these shows? Like what ones do you gravitate towards?
I'm obsessed with RuPaul's Drag Race. Like absolutely obsessed with it. They were doing Drag Race live at the Flamingo, but it was canceled because of COVID, and it hasn't started back up yet. That was like the one thing I wanted to do in Vegas on my honeymoon, and I wasn't able to do so. But they had the gift shop still up, and like all the posters and promos still up. So I was like there taking pictures of all of it, like, oh my God, I was near where they like do this, even though I couldn't see the show. But I am currently watching Drag Race Australia, or Drag Race Down Under. I've watched Canada's Drag Race. I've watched every single episode and every single season of RuPaul's Drag Race. Like, I love that show. I love the artistry. I love the makeup. I love everything about it. Another one I really like is Blown Away, the glass blowing one on Netflix.
Yeah.
It just makes me want to go to an art gallery. Like anything that involves creating making stuff and people doing what they're meant to do and like enjoying themselves doing it. I like love to watch that. I think that's another reason I really like Drag Race, is because these people are like living their dream, living their fantasy, and like living their, and they're just so talented. Anything that showcases like talent, apart from like singing shows, because there's something kind of phony about like singing talent shows and like, you know, the X Factor and stuff like that. I feel like those are overblown. I don't know. I like the what's the one? Didn't we talk about this like a while ago? Is it called Face Off? The special effects makeup one.
I love that one.
If you guys out there have never watched Face Off, do yourself a favor and watch it, man. It's true artistry, and they create these storylines and these monsters, and the models, you know, bring them to life, and it's just so cool. It's just so cool seeing somebody create that. Love it.
Yeah, you just isolated half our audience by hating on America. No, I don't know. Somebody said, yeah, just rock and roll likes all the music ones. American Idol types, and you're like, I hate these.
Maybe it's because they've turned me down so many times. I'm like, screw these shows.
Yeah. I mean, I really gotta agree with you on that one. I don't watch. Those ones are just hard for me to watch. The singing ones, I don't know.
I feel like they really harp on these people for their like personal backstories,
and not as much the talent.
And they like it's like hammy. And some people live for that. I get it.
Yeah.
You know, they're like, oh man, I just can't. I don't want to be I don't want to sound insensitive, so we're just gonna leave it at that.
They do all have their drama elements too, but I do notice that the American shows are much more like that. Like, I loved The Final Table on Netflix because it was not amateurs. It was all the best chefs around the world, and so I was very inspired by their creativity and like what they're doing. But it's sometimes hard to watch because it's like, yes, there's all the dramatic pauses when they're about to announce something, and the like cheesy music in the background, the like dun, 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 dun. It's like, what's gonna happen? It's just like, whereas like you watch the British stuff and it's just this like happy like fairyland sounding music in the background, and everybody's just kind of nice, and there might be a slight pause before they announce, you know, who won or who's going home, but it's not this super cut like dramatic like right before commercial, like, we're gonna tell you who's gone, and then commercial cuts, and you're like, I know this move, just tell me. But Josh,
and then there's always like the dun 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 shing. There's always like the sound effects like shing shing. Dun dun dun.
Yeah, for me, it's definitely food competition shows are by far my favorite. I'd say the first one I really got into watching was Chopped on the Food Network, and was where they have to make like dishes out of crazy ingredients, and I still watch that from time to time. But that like got me into like the Food Network, and I started watching all their because it's basically just all competition shows now.
I love Halloween Wars, Candy Cake and Pumpkin. I just watched Candyland with Kristen Chenoweth. She hosted it, and it was like any baking show. Sign me up. Yeah.
Nailed it.
I love Nailed It. Dude, we just sound like no wonder we can't get an album done. We just watch TV all day. Like, listen to us. Like, I love this show, and I'm obsessed with this show, and I watch this show all the time. And
hey, in all fairness, this is stuff that I've seen over years.
Yes. And you can like binge watch.
This is my wind down, like, end of the night. Like, I've been productive all day.
Yeah.
I'm having dinner. I'm watching.
I literally only watch TV at like from like 8 to 10 max. There's like no like, I don't know. And then I fall asleep during most of I literally fall asleep during most of it because I'm so tired, you know.
Right.
But, I like put on Parks and Rec last night to fall asleep. I love Parks and Rec. I started over from the beginning, and I recently just finished Schitt's Creek. But these are like, they have short episodes, so like it sounds like you're watching like a ton of stuff, but like you can spend like a night binging like a whole series.
Yeah.
Oh,
for
yeah.
sure.
Or like a day, you know, one of those days where you're just like, I'm not doing shit today. I'm exhausted. I need a me day. I need a mental health day, right? Then you just
Yeah.
watch
Yeah.
TV all day. And a
Yeah.
lot of this probably happened during quarantine as well.
Mental health is important.
Yeah.
Stay tuned for my new single coming out
Ah,
about mental health.
okay.
Nice.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that you did Face Off. That's been one of my favorites in Halloween Wars. And yeah, the Lego Masters I love. I'm just bummed that I can't binge it because it's on a weekly release cycle. But Will Arnett is hilarious, and me clearly being a Lego fan, I just like seeing people build
So
that.
Alex,
all the cooking stuff.
Alex said, "Does anyone ever watch Forge and Fire?"
Yeah, I've seen a couple of those. Is that one in particular the one where they make the weapons?
They make
That's
like
pretty
knives
badass.
and
Yeah.
weapons and stuff. Yeah, that sounds really
Battle
cool.
axes.
Yeah.
That's going to be the next one I dive into for sure, I think, because I was so like into Blown Away. I just think it'd be cool. Like I just love to see people creating their stuff. It's inspiring. I like watching, you know, people like do their art. I don't know. It just inspires me to like get off my ass and do stuff. And I think the reason I love the British baking show above all and maybe Drag Race is because these people understand that even if they don't win, they're gonna like it doesn't matter. They're just happy to be there, especially with the British
Yeah.
baking. Those are all people
Yeah.
who are like have normal jobs. They don't win any money. They don't win anything. Even like Drag Race UK, they can't win money. In other countries, there's like a rule about them not being able to win money on through the television shows, and I think that
You
makes
like
them
getting
better.
your name out there and just.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
they're doing it just for the accolade, just for the experience, just to be like,
And I
this
love
was
the
fun.
host, Noel from the Mighty Boosh.
Yes.
And the IT crowd, he's hilarious. What I love about Drag Race, and I'm gonna piss DJ off here, is I like when I watch the Drag Race shows. It's like anything you can do, I can do better. I can be us guys. We can be better women than you. We can dress fancier. We can walk the runway better.
I feel like you just
lip-sync
told us
it.
all that you're a drag queen in your spare time.
Oh yeah. Well, didn't Javi?
Yeah.
Javi's doing. He said last episode or last week. He said he was obsessed with the that show, the pageant show, and now Javi's gonna do pageants.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. This conversation has taken a turn.
Well, I guess that's time for the
next topic.
housekeeping commercial break. Now, everybody in the chat, this is the first run through of the commercial plug that only the non-patron listeners are going to have to hear every week. So are you ready to hear TJ read it off in her most professional, like, flow?
No one cares. No one cares. Oh, Alex says that your OnlyFans page is your drag page.
That makes sense,
yeah.
Steve.
Yeah, that's true. Because people don't judge.
Steve, what's
there,
your drag
you know?
name? What would your drag name be?
Is it one of those rules like the stripper names where it's got to be like a pet and street or whatever?
It can be whatever you want.
Because if I use my stripper name as my drag name, then it would be Whiskers Riviera.
Ah, that doesn't sound very. It's great, but it doesn't sound very feminine. But I like it.
Yeah, it's not feminine. It sounds more like a seductive, like I don't know.
It sounds like a creepy old man
or...
hanging out at the strip club.
Whiskers
in a white leisure suit with no shirt underneath.
Gondola or something.
Oh my god! All right, Whiskers, are you ready for me to? Josh, what's your drag name?
What's the criteria for a drag name?
It could be whatever you want. Oh, Natty says Stefan LaRue.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Oh my god! Doolin says my drag name is White Castle Farts McGee.
Wow.
I don't know if Rue doesn't like toilet
sheets.
humor. I don't think she would like Farts
Sheets.
McGee.
Mine's just sheets.
Sheets and
Sheets.
Sheets and eats.
Sheets and yeets. I mean, I love drag names that are like puns.
Yeah.
I mean, and a lot of drag names like are not. I don't know. Like I love hearing how people come up with their drag name, and it's usually named after like a woman that they know that their persona is kind of based off of, like either a celebrity or, or they just like the pun.
Like something Monroe or
Yeah, yeah. There's a performer on Drag Race Down Under called Karen from Finance. It's like my favorite,
Awesome.
one of my favorite drag names because I just think it's so clever. I just love the
Yeah.
whole art because it's all about, there's a lot of puns, there's a lot of wit and comedy to drag and the art of it and the performance aspect of it, and then it's also like really fierce and there's dancing and there's costumes and
the catty off is my favorite. Where they got to be super catty and like kind of
shady.
rip on each other.
Shady.
Just throwing shade.
Throw shade. All right. I'm gonna read the commercial now. And Josh, you can think of your drag name. Wait, what did you just say it was, though?
Sheets and eats.
Sheets and eats. Madame Sheets.
Madam Sheets.
Madam Sheets.
Madam Sheets.
Or would it be Madam Pillow?
Oh.
Man. That's a deep cut.
Deep cut.
Yeah.
Sorry, Josh. All right. We want to take a moment to thank everyone who supports us on our Patreon. Our music, videos, this stream, and podcast are all made possible by your generous contributions. If you're watching or listening and are not part of the Zombie Nation, we would love for you to check it out and see if there's a tier that catches your eye. Every dollar makes a huge difference, but if you don't have the funds or just aren't into it, we totally understand. And you can still help out in a big way. Like, follow, and stream us on any of our social medias and streaming platforms. And if you're feeling extra generous, you can leave a comment or a review. How'd I do, guys? Yay!
That was very good,
awesome.
except for the laugh in the middle.
I'm sorry.
You're
Okay.
gonna think it's a joke.
You could probably just start. Couldn't you just start from like that halfway
Yeah.
and then edit it?
I can edit.
Because that was really good. Yeah.
Yeah, it was good. I liked the inflection.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That was really good.
See,
Just
can
like
I just,
Flo.
how can I get a job as like a voiceover person? Like, that's my dream job. Well,
Yeah.
obviously being in the band is my dream job, but like
You
to make
have the internet
money.
at your disposal.
To make money, I would love to just read stuff. Do they have people that do that on Fiverr? I don't know. All right.
Yeah, dude, set up Fiverr. There's Upwork. You could do that. Look up Facebook groups. There's groups for like, that's where I find a lot of film work. It's on Facebook groups. So there's ways. The internet, endless possibilities.
Yes. All right.
Do it again.
No, I'm not doing the whole thing. This is live. Nobody wants to hear me do the whole damn commercial
Halfway
live.
through. Right before where you laughed.
Do you hear this, guys? Okay. Every dollar makes a huge difference, but if you don't have the funds or just aren't interested, we totally understand, and you can still help out in a big way. Like, follow, and stream us on any of our social media and streaming platforms, and if you're feeling extra generous, you can leave a comment or review.
How'd you do, everybody?
It's really good.
Everybody leaving it. Yeah, I think I said before, like if you listen to the episode that I just edited, TJ's got a good voice. You should do.
You really do.
Do
Like,
I have a good voice?
Audible.
I thought that we established that when you said I could be in this band. Like,
Well,
like
I
a
mean,
good
people's
speaking
singing
voice.
voices are different.
Yeah.
You know,
I did do a little bit of
my
theater.
voice isn't good for anything.
I've done some theater.
Yeah, mine isn't good for anything. It's not every time. I have to listen back with all this stuff
Here-
and edit. I'm just like it's like nails on a chalkboard.
I think Josh can read some stuff. Like when you guys film like the commercial, like not the commercial, but the Patreon stuff for me, I was like very impressed by Josh and Javier and you too, Steve. Like I was impressed by all you guys. Like if you sit down and set your mind to it, you can ham it up for the camera. You know, you can.
Oh, I'm already
Yeah.
working on another. If I didn't have enough on my plate and I wasn't spreading myself too thin already, I had an idea for another like podcast thing where I can go full on Steven monotone robot voice, but that's for another time.
And
But yeah, I get so embarrassed by it, and like, so when I had to send you scratch vocals for Believer, like I basically had to get drunk to do that, and like I had to. So for Cassie, who did vocals on this other track I did, I didn't know she was going to be in town and be able to do it at Mo's studio. We thought we'd have to do it remote, so I had to make her a scratch as well. So when John was recording his hip hop vocals, I went in there to do scratch, and I was like, "Where's your tequila? I can't do this. I need to like take a couple shots or something to do the scratch vocal." And then we did it. Turns out I never needed to do it, but even though she was here at the studio, she was like, can I just listen through the scratch real quick so I know where this all falls?" And I'm just like covering my face and ears, listening to myself sing, and it was just the worst experience I've ever had, with people in the room listening to my singing voice on a scratch vocal. It was awful.
You're not bad. You have like a Billy Corgan like charm to your singing. Or the singer, the guy from Placebo, you sound like him a little bit. And you can carry a tune. You're not like tone deaf. You guys know who can really sing though is my man Josh.
Yeah, and he keeps it to himself. Like Javi's got
Javi, Javi can sing too. Whoops. Yeah, Javi has like tracks all over the place. Like guys, look up Army of 100 Sheep. Follow Javi's solo stuff. It's great. He has a great singing voice. Everybody in the band can pretty much do it all, y'all.
Josh just needs to put it out there more.
I know. I got plans to put it out there.
I got plans.
I do. I want to get stuff out there. It's just busy. But I do want to say, and this is definitely bragging, but I feel like I should put this out there, that I had a public speaking class and I had to film myself giving a presentation, and my professor actually is using my video as an example for other students on a speech.
Yes.
So I should probably just run for president.
Basically.
I mean,
you have the hand gestures down. You got to do the thumb thing so you don't.
Yeah.
You got to say.
Or you could do like Trump and just be like, "What?
Oh, geez.
Oh, what? What's going on here?" No, Josh. Yeah, you're very talented, and I feel like your talent is like this light, and you've been hiding it under a bushel. Josh, you need to not have that light under a bushel anymore.
Stop saying bushel.
Bushel.
Moist.
Oh my God.
Oh jeez.
Oh jeez. All right, let's do the producer shout outs to our wonderful producer tier patrons. We love you guys. You guys help us out in a big way. You make it all possible, and you love us in all of our ragtaggedy ways. Like, I love that we're just on a live stream being like, are we gonna do a full length acoustic? Like we didn't already promise one. Now we're just like, do y'all still feel like doing that? This is the blessing of not being a signed band, man. It's like there's tons of advantages to being independent. One is we get to pick what we want to do. There's nobody telling us when, where, who, what, how, anything, who we have to work with, because that was always an issue when we were signed. They wanted us to use like certain people and whatever. But obviously it's really hard to get your foot in the door at festivals without a label. It's really hard to get on big package tours without a label. So we're just going to do our own thing and just lean into it, man. That's what we learned over quarantine, was like, we're just going to do what we want to do that'll make us happy as human beings. And we have our fan base. We love you guys, and we're just going to keep doing what we love, and right?
Yeah,
absolutely.
Remember when we had the whole discussion about the podcast in general, if we were even going to do it live, and we were like voting on the name and everything, and
live,
all the band
yeah.
dramas live all the time.
Yeah.
So yeah, producers. We've got Paul. We've got Craig Heron. We got Durper. We got Doug. We got Ninja Teddies. We got Jesse. We got Yaroslav. We got Craig, John, KNC, Patty Cube, Bobby, and Bill Ford.
Bow, 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 bow.
So yes,
Bow, bow, bow.
thank you all. And
That's good.
Jesse's a newer producer. He bumped himself up to producer last month. So
Yes.
really
Thank you guys. Thank you guys all so much.
We are midway through the month, which means we need to get on our private producer Zoom call here soon. So get ready for that. We need to schedule it up. And if you're listening and want to show us your beautiful faces and have a private conversation with us, you need to hop on over to the Patreon.
And Steve will be in drag for it.
Yes. Whiskers.
Yes.
Whiskers will be making an appearance. Whiskers and Madam Sheets.
Pillows and sheets.
You gotta
Pillows and sheets.
Like somehow change it so it sounds like, something in the streets, Josh in the sheets.
Oh man. Something. Wait, was it something in the pillows and Joshy in the sheets? Piss in the pillows
in the streets. Josh is in the sheets.
Something.
Oh shit! Wait, pillows in the streets, and Joshy in the sheets.
Have a good night, Natty. Thanks for hanging out with us. So.
Oh, Alex says, "Why Zoom? Discord is better for texting, video calls, and servers." I don't know. We have never tried Discord. We never tried like a video on Discord. I think we just do Zoom because that's what we know how to use. And new technology scares me.
Yeah.
Yes.
It took me a really long time to learn how to use Streamlabs, and I mean, I think that the streams have just gotten better and more technologically smoother the more that we've done them. I mean, we've all got webcams now. We look better. Things aren't shutting down on us and things sound pretty good, I think. So, oh, now he's calling me out for old people talk.
Right.
All right. New technology doesn't scare me. It just is time consuming to learn something new. And I think that's why people are, I don't know. I'm being lazy.
Yeah. It's like Google Calendars. I mean, I got Post-its. I don't need.
I have Post-its everywhere.
I have a big calendar I still write stuff on.
Yeah.
Like literally.
Me too. Like a physical calendar.
It's just easier to me. I don't know.
I think especially when you're in school. Like for class times that I don't know. There's just too much stuff going on in people's lives these days. Like All right, Doug. Doug says, "I'm older than all of you. I am not afraid of technology." All right, Doug, you set us up that Discord and video chat away and get it all working. No, I'm just joking. I'll try it out. I actually did not know that Discord did video calls, to be honest with you. I just thought it was the app and like the kind of like the texting, kind of like a private chat platform. So yeah, it's totally worth looking into.
Podcasts I listen to, they use Discord. So I've been aware of it, but I don't know why I never thought. I'm kind of that, like, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Probably why I still have an iPhone 6.
Yeah, we need to talk about that, Steve.
I'm surprised that still turns on.
Hey,
no,
that's what she
I
said.
got AirPods finally. Okay, I got AirPods.
AirPods are like, I was very like, man, that's silly. And now that I have them, I'm like, how did we live without Bluetooth headphones? Who knows what kind of like wavelengths and shit is getting all through our brains and our heads for all this technology, right? Like, who knows? But we just love it.
Well, the reason I got them is
wireless everything.
The Pros, because they're noise canceling, and so like working by myself, I was like, it seems counterproductive to wear earplugs for the tool noise and then have a radio to listen to stuff. So I'm like, if I get the AirPods, they'll noise cancel the tool noise, but then the radio or whatever will be in my ears, so I don't have to like crank it up super loud. But yes, I do need a new phone, but I just spent like $2,200 on tools. I gotta like one step at a time.
Dude, they're giving phones away now. I
Yeah,
mean, like,
that's
I
true.
didn't pay anything for
It
my
is a
phone.
payment plan, right?
I pay $20 a
Yeah.
month on my phone plan for my phone. Like, get
And you
with
can
it.
probably
All right.
still get something like trading in your phone.
What scares me is
No,
the no
not a
home
6.
button.
No,
I need
not
one.
a
No, it
6.
has
No,
to
I
be
guess, yeah.
not a 6, man. Like,
That's,
no.
yeah.
I actually got a lot of money for my old phone because I had the iPhone X and now I have the 12. But I got
Yeah.
like $1,000 for it, and or something like that. And then I also, pro tip, bought it in New Hampshire and didn't have to pay the couple $100 tax on it. I literally just walked out with a new phone without paying anything. It's like made my phone bill like $20 more. That's it. So it's like a financing thing. I get it, but like it makes it so you can have the latest phone. And I honestly, I have the 12 Max. I love it because what we do as far as me running social media, having to take photos of myself and for the band, like I felt like I need like the phone to have a better camera and video capabilities. Like I even shot the whole video for Jordan, like a whole music video for him on my iPhone.
That's
The
awesome.
Frosty, did you guys see the Frosty the Snowman that I did for Jordan?
No.
Oh yeah,
I
it's
don't know.
his band Our Shadows covered a metal cover of Frosty the Snowman,
I do remember that. Yeah.
and I filmed it on my iPhone because it shoots in 4K. I mean, it's great. These new
That's
phones are
awesome.
great. Portrait mode, night mode was what I really wanted. So night mode, like I don't know how it like brightens up your photo automatically or something, and it just makes the photos look beautiful. So I love it. And I know for those of you who are going to go out here and be like, Android's had that shit for years. I know. I get it.
God, there's nothing worse than an Android user or a PC gamer.
Well, I just
And
actually,
we definitely got some fans in those categories.
Talking to you, Derper.
so
Talking to you.
Doolin, the iPhone 12 does 4K at 30 or 60. You can toggle between, or you can just do HD because the 4K or at 60 is going to take up a lot of memory. So when I'm filming, like even my, so I have a personal Patreon. If you guys do not know, some of you guys are members of that. I love you guys. I appreciate you. Thank you. I want to give you guys a shout out as well. On my personal Patreon, I do like a personal video every month to you in your email. And I always have to like send those in just like the lowest quality video because if I do it in HD, it's like it's massive file. But yeah.
Should do it the film quality and do 24 frames.
But at a certain point, like all of your stuff starts ending up being Apple because I have an iMac and an iPhone and the earbuds. And it's just like, I just saw a commercial for like the new Samsung phone and it looked amazing. I'm not going to lie. It looked like it take like the best photos in the world. And, you know,
Speaking of new, have you seen?
but
the
I was like, there's no way
commercial
I
for the
can
new
not have an
iMac?
Apple.
The new iMac is sexy.
I
as
want
hell.
it. The color, the
yeah.
colored one, right?
Yeah,
Man.
and it's like razor thin, and they're like
Yeah.
all the different colors. I'm probably gonna get one of those because my I'm getting so frustrated with my.
Well, look into the specs though, because like I have my iMac. Though I looked into the colored ones, I got an email about it, and I was like, "What is this? I need it. I need the turquoise Mac." And
Yeah.
they don't even their memory is not. They don't even offer it with like a terabyte. They only offer it at like certain. I think it's like supposed to be like an affordable like version.
Well, I don't need so
Uh-huh.
much internal storage as I need RAM, and like I use my MacBook
Yeah.
Pro for all my audio stuff, and Pro Tools has been crashing, like overloading CPU power so much, and
Yeah.
I can't upgrade RAM on this. And I still have my iMac from 2011 that's basically all I use it for is like documents and internet stuff. So I was like, maybe I'll just sell that iMac, get the newer iMac, use that for Pro Tools, and then my MacBook Pro will just be my normal everyday business stuff. But yeah, it gets frustrating even just trying to do stuff for the band. I was working on new song ideas the other day, and I had like two tracks open, a click track and a dang mono audio track that I was recording guitar on, and it kept crashing, saying CPU overload, and I'm like, this is
Jeez.
ridiculous. This is
Yeah.
ridiculous.
Your memory is probably
I think it's
getting
just
full.
that it's a 2015 MacBook Pro and just upgrading to the latest Big Sur or whatever. I think it's all that compatibility stuff where eventually they try to force you to basically get the new stuff by making the old stuff not work right. But I still love Mac because I'm not a tech guy. Like I don't want to go custom my stuff. I don't want to hack. I don't want to like do mods. I don't care about any of that. When it comes to gaming, I'm plug and play. Give me the Xbox. I plug one cable in the TV. It just works. And I feel like that's how Apple is. It's very functional across devices. The interface. I love Apple's UI way more than Windows. It's just cleaner. It's sleeker. I learned it in college, so it makes sense to me. Like I used to have Windows computers in high school, but going back to those now, I'm like, what is this? Like, where are the files and folders? Like, Mac is just a sleeker, sexier product for sure.
Yeah, the new Mac looks awesome. I just want one because it's where they have like a red, a turquoise, a yellow, a blue, a green. Like they just look so cool.
Yeah.
That's how you get us Apple people. You're like, make it a fun color.
And just all Apple products work so smoothly together.
They do, yeah.
It's hard. You're so invested to a point, you know?
Yeah. I think it's the same thing with like your Amazon, like your Echo and your, you know what I mean, your Droid stuff. It all kind of like works together. So.
Yeah.
All right. Do we want to reveal this month's giveaway?
Oh, yeah. We forgot to do that during housekeeping.
No, dude, it's last on the bullet list.
Oh, did I bump it down? I thought fan questions was last. Or
viewer questions is last, followed by wrap up. But this is it was like housekeeping, Patreon, producer shout outs, reveal this month's giveaway. It's probably because
we just went on a tangent about technology.
Apple, yeah.
Yeah, we just got sidetracked. It's probably lumped in with the Patreon shout outs that like also if you are a certain tier, what's the tier? Dead executive producer?
Mm-hmm.
A dead executive producer, you get into a hat every month and we do a cool giveaway. Last month was some art by Javi. And this month it is.
I think all the producer tiers are in it.
Well, are they?
Yeah, both the dead executives are the ones that get the private Zoom chat, and then Night of the Living producers and dead executives get in the raffle. Okay,
so you guys are definitely want to get in the raffle this month. And I don't know, Steve does these, so I don't know what the cutoff date is to like join and be on the raffle or whatever. Or are you actually picking a winner right now?
No, I'm not. We're just going to reveal what's happening.
Okay.
What we're going to give away this
and
month.
then like
give people time to sign up.
Yeah. And then like next week or the week after, we like pull one out of the hat on the air.
Yeah, I'm going to wait until it actually comes in the mail to do it, just so that I can show it off when we raffle.
Yay! Okay, I love that. Okay.
Cool. Yeah.
I'm going to give you guys a little bit of backstory. Steve sent a group text yesterday or 2 days ago and says, "Hey guys, what does everybody want to be the dead executive raffle giveaway prize this month?" And nobody responded because that nobody ever responds to the group chat. I don't know, like hours. I feel like hours went by and I was just like, I'm too busy. I have so much going on. And so like in my mind, I was like, I don't have time to think about this right now. I don't know. And I just said, let me sleep on it. Cause I'm like, I want to think of something awesome. So I need like a day to think of it. I was like, okay, get back into the mode. I'm still in like honeymoon mode. I'm still like doing all this shit around my house. And I've got thank you cards to write and all this crap. Anyway. So I just said, let me sleep on it. And so wait, let me read the actual text, right?
Yeah, we got it in there.
Is it in here? Okay. So, oh my God, speaking of Josh's drag name. Okay. Oh, so at 6:14 p.m., Steve says, what should we do for the producer raffle this month? Nobody replies. 7:35 p.m. So over an hour later, I just go, I don't know, let me sleep on it. And then Steve goes, I'm guessing it's something soft then. And Javi goes, LOL. So he replied to that, but has nothing to chime in for the prize. Neither did Josh, by the way. And so
that works.
as soon as Steve said something soft, I was like, oh my God, custom punk rock kitty cat pillow. And Steve was like, okay, well, how do we get it made? And I was just like, Walgreens. And he's like, okay. So the prize for this month is a very own digitally signed punk rock kitty cat, one of a kind, super exclusive, rare, Nearly Dead's pillow. Yay!
Throw pillow.
Throw pillow.
So it's for your couch, so like people see it. And
how big is
nice.
it?
It's 14 by 14.
Ooh.
Man.
And I'll just, so that we're not having the wrong sponsors, support here. I did not use Walgreens. I used Vistaprint. Because Vistaprint's great. I get stuff from them all the time.
Nice. Okay, cool. Vistaprint for the win.
Yeah, the only downside to Vistaprint is when you try to check out, there's like 13 pop-ups before you get to check out where it's like, hey, also use this image on like business cards. Do you want it? It's like, no, take me to checkout. Hey, you could also put it on a coffee mug and a pen, and like they keep giving you all these products, and it's like, no, I just want to buy the damn pillow. Take me to checkout. Support Vistaprint.
Can I show the picture of it, or do you want me to wait?
Yeah.
Did you?
I wanted
did you already share it on the Patreon page?
No.
Well, you should share it on the Patreon and on the Facebook group, and the Discord. Okay, so here's the picture of the pillow.
Oh, I thought you were gonna screen share it.
Oh no, I can't do that. Look at that. Oh.
You can't really.
There we go. There we go. There we go.
There's signatures on it.
We all signed it digitally, and I think it looks cool. I'm excited about this one. I just want to do more prizes like this. Those are, I think,
technology, by the way, that we can do that because we live in different states, so it's not like we're sitting in a room using a Sharpie, but we're still technically signing it. It's like your finger.
And here's the thing: is whoever does win it, then can cherish it and sleep with it, or put it on their couch and show it off forever. But also, when we come to town, we can actually sign it.
Yeah.
So it's like this little one-of-a-kind piece that no one else will ever have.
Yeah, we're not making it anymore. I'll post it in all the things.
Unless there's a very high demand for punk rock kitty cat pillows. I want to do stuff like that for Kickstarter prizes, though. I mean, they're kind of they're kind of expensive to like manufacture and give away as prizes. So it's one of those things that there probably wouldn't be a lot of anyway. But like, I think when we were on the stream with Doug, we talked about punk rock kitty cat like shoes and backpacks, and like you could put our stuff on anything and just make like a one-off.
Punk rock kitty cat litter.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love it. All
Didn't
right.
we think of wine or something too?
Oh yeah.
Catnip wasted wine. No, it was Nearly Dead. Oh yeah, Nearly Dead's whiskey and then hot sauce.
Whiskey. Yeah.
Whiskey and hot sauce.
Oh.
You could name your whiskey Whiskers Riviera.
Just Alex, we don't promote thievery, so we would ask you to kindly not steal the prize from whoever wins.
All right, so we are at that time where we're nearing the end of the stream here, and we were unsuccessful at cutting it short.
Yes, so we're gonna skip to the wrap up because we're running on 2 hours here.
Okay.
Yep.
So let's wrap it up. Thanks.
Yeah.
Happy. Oh, by the way, I'm wearing my Pride pin. So happy Pride, everyone, from the Nearly Dead to you.
Yeah.
I thought it would. I don't know where to put it on my outfit, so it's there. Happy Pride, everyone. Happy summer. I hope you guys are all doing lots of fun summer activities, staying cool out there, staying warm. If you're in the southern hemisphere.
Yeah.
Going to lots of shows this summer. I know a lot of you guys have shows and festivals and things planned. it's nice that things are opening back up again. We need, what we need is we need a wrap up like question, like Wait, Don't Tell Me on NPR. Do you guys watch?
Okay.
Do you guys listen to Wait, Don't Tell Me?
No.
Oh man.
I listen to Stuff You Should Know.
So when they end an episode of Wait, Don't Tell Me, because there's a panel of comedians and they basically talk about like news and they make fun of news stories and do quizzes and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. The NPR news quiz hosted by Peter Sagal. I'm a nerd, I guess. But he always goes, all right, we're going to wrap up. And then they go like, this was produced by so-and-so, da-da-da. And they're like, in the meantime, our panelists are going to think of the next reason for Trump getting kicked off of Facebook, right? Or something. It'll be something like relevant to something that happened in the news. You know what I mean?
Almost like at midnight.
Sounds like it.
So viewers, do you want to give us a wrap-up question? One quick, something we can answer.
A quick wrap-up question.
Adios.
We should go to the Patreon too, and and just do another poll, and like go to the fans and just be like, hey, like, what would you like us to wrap up with every week? Like, I don't know. It's hard. It's so hard. I'm explaining it poorly.
This is another case of us deciding things live.
Yes. Right. Yeah. Sorry.
It's funny though.
Oh, there we go. Doug knows exactly what we're talking about. Couch or recliner?
Ooh.
Couch. I need to be able to like lay horizontally.
But what if the recliner reclines basically horizontal?
I don't know.
I'm going to say recliner because I don't have one currently. And, that would be nice because right now, like when I'm watching a movie or like playing games and laying down on the couch, I'm laying like perpendicular to the TV, like TV's over here. I'm laying like so I got to like lean to the side to like see it. Whereas if I had a recliner in the room, I could recline all the way back, have my drink in the cup holder, and look straight on.
It's supposed to be like a one-line answer, Steve. It's a wrap-up question.
I have to explain myself.
Okay.
Recliner. I'm voting. Josh?
Okay, I'll say recliner too.
All right. Okay.
No explanation.
We're going to work on the wrap-up for next time, guys. All right? And it's been fun. All right. We love you guys. Thank you for joining us. Thank you to especially all of our patrons. And thank you to you guys for listening to our music and watching our videos and sharing our videos. Hope you are listening to Believer, streaming now across all platforms. We just released it on Friday. We hope you guys are loving it. And there's more acoustic music to come. Everybody have a great night, and we'll see you next time.
See you next week. Josh.
See you later.